All right. Sorry, guys. There you go. All right. Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is an interesting time this weekend. I'm just going to rock through this. And then rather than define terms every time I do a video, I'm going to make a video just called, defined terms, and always put that in the show notes just so I don't, waste a lot of time going over everything that I talk about. So I'm just going to go through, and then if people have questions, click on define terms in the show notes. But for the next video, it'll be there, not this one. Anyway, BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. Always looking at the crypto universe in squares, we can see a mix of green and red in the market today. This is the last hour. It's Saturday. Volume's definitely going down. Only deep green I see is DGD. We'll take a look at that. Interesting. We'll see what's happening there. Looking at let's look at Bitcoin trading volume explicitly first. Where did you go? Okay, Bitcoin trading volume, 2.5 billion last 24 hours. That's not enough. We got to at least be at 3 billion. So very, very, very low Bitcoin trading volume explicitly across the big exchanges. Looking at spot trading on Binance, where the volume is, all spot pairs are coming in at 14 billion. Not enough. Want to have at least 30 billion for a good day. 50 is better. So down 30% also. Last 24 hours, we got shit volume on spot trading. Looking at derivatives, want to have at least 75 billion. We are at 43 billion, down 33% also last 24 hours. So looking at Bitcoin trading volume explicitly and spot trading pairs, especially on Binance, it's shit. Terrible, terrible volume, way too low. Kind of makes me expect a bit of a dump, to be honest with you. Now, looking at Bitcoin on Binance, okay, 74% long, 25% short. Definitely a long bias for Bitcoin. Looking at Ethereum on Binance, 66% long, 33% short. Definitely a bit of a long bias there. I'm just concerned about especially this absolute shit Bitcoin trading volume last 24 hours. That's just way, way too low. Looking at Bitcoin 45-minute chart versus Tether, we are seeing this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful downtrend that's been going on for quite a while. I like seeing that because when you break out of that, it's going to be like a rocket ship to Pluto. Although the issue is we just cannot seem to stay above that 200 moving average. We occasionally burst to it, but we're not making it happen. So there's a 200 moving average in white. We're just not able to get above it and stay there, even with a nice strong bit of velocity to push over. Like right there, we just cannot quite hold it. Looking at a 45-minute chart, that's a 45-minute chart right there. Looking at a 4-hour chart, let's pull some time in here for a 4-hour chart. One of the things I do kind of like looking at here is doing a Fib retracement. I know let's just do 2 Fib retracements real quick to kind of take a look at, maybe get an idea of where we're at. We'll do one like this. Kind of interesting. It would show, it's a 4-hour chart, of course, going back to this low back here on the 29th, around the 20th of July. We're cruising up, and it does look like a cursor on the 4-hour chart. We're below the 200 moving average. We are kind of flirting with the 618 here. We've even gone down with a wick into the 618 sweet pocket there. You can see that Bitcoin has, in this Fib retracement, hung around there. It has worked there before. We're not quite to the 618 yet. Maybe we're looking at a 618 bounce. Interesting spot. Anyway, we'll see if that happens. Let's also look at a Fib retracement. If we went here, this is probably more traditional. This is probably more of let's just look at it this way too. Now, if we look at it like this, okay, look at the Fib retracement this way, going to, because let's just figure that this dump here cancels out this uptrend. All right, so we go back to around the 28th of September. We ride this sucker up, and we can see we're down here at the 786. 786, you can see it is kind of sticking to it right there. Not a bad spot to be. A 786 is a very respectable place to recover, to start moving up again from. But I really prefer 618 bounces, but 786s, let's see what happens. It's definitely the last place that you're going to bounce. If you go below that, then you're probably giving it all back. We'll see what happens. Maybe the negative people will get that bear market that they've been praying for. Anyway, 30-minute chart. How's that looking? No. Oh, I wanted to mention, yeah, we're seeing some upwards motion here. Are we seeing it? Let's look at a 30-minute chart. Indicators, starting to see a bit of recovery maybe. Are we going to see a challenge to the 200 moving average on the 30-minute? Not seeing it yet. It's still kind of sideways, very, very low volume. How about the 15? Are we seeing, well, on the 15-minute chart, we're starting to see a little bit of a challenge with that 200 moving average. We're getting above it there. Indicators are beginning to turn up a little bit, sort of. But I would just say that we have crap volume right now for Bitcoin trading, really in kind of all alts. Really, to be honest with you, the spot trading is just not looking too good there on Binance, where the volume is. And as you can see here, even on the 45-minute chart, a very, very sweet spot for Bitcoin. To see what it's doing, we're well below the 200 moving average, so we need to get above that. I thought we had it the other day, this powerful burst. I thought, man, we are back in business. Could not hold it. And I do think we're seeing some serious manipulation, and I'm going to tell you why right here. Whenever Bitcoin gets sparky, whenever it starts breaking that lower time frame, 200 moving averages, whenever we start like looking positive, it just gets ass hammered and smashed. So daily MACD crosses on the positive, or the blue MACD crosses the signal red. When the MACD crosses above the signal, especially after a downtrend, that's usually pretty darn good. And as you can see, I have kind of noticed over time, I think the whales, the big money, likes to manipulate. Everybody starts getting in, feeling hopeful, and then they just, bam, they kill it. But once in a while, look at that. You get a beautiful cross, especially down here when you are below what I call the heartbeat, which is right here, the mid-range of the MACD. So with that said, we are down and out. Bitcoin needs to do something here. So let's see. Is this going to be where we do it? It very, very well could be. So I'm kind of watching for a MACD cross here. I got alerts in for that. I'm watching kind of closely. We have shit volume. If this MACD starts going the wrong way again, I got to be honest with you, I'm kind of on the fence here. I've been sort of, we'll also look here on the daily. It's the white moving average here is the 200, and the blue is the 314. We've been ranging between the 200 and the 314. We're not holding that 200 this weekend, but we're kind of making a play for it right now. We're seeing some momentum happen. We're starting to see the MACD kind of turn towards the positive, but once again, which they have been doing, the money can come in and just friggin' sell $1 billion of Bitcoin over the counter, and it's, market sell, and bam, it'll put us right down. So that, this is an interesting moment. This is one of those moments that is just a little bit interesting because we are below the 50, the green moving average here. 50 daily moving average, we're below the 314 moving average on daily. We're kind of having a hard time struggling to get above this 200 moving average on daily. But if we do make a bounce off that and start moving back up, if this daily MACD slow moving indicator does cross positive, and actually the whales just don't, screw it when it happens, if they don't kill it, bam, we could be in for some seriously nice run. So we'll see what happens. We got I think, what is it? A full moon. Is it today or tomorrow? Some people say that affects things. It very well may. All depends on if you believe in the gematria and things like that. Waters Above Crypto, I do believe, has a great channel on that. I have not watched his video. He put out a couple videos on that. If you're interested, that'd be worth checking out. If you want to see how like numerology and all kinds of such like that affects Bitcoin, I kind of might watch that later on. I'm very, very curious. This is a moment, this is really a great make or break moment. We could definitely see a definite, glorious and powerful run happen. We're primed for it. We could also see a devastating dump right now. So with that said, let's see what happens. I'll mention Doge. It's just pure shit. It sucks because, as you can see, it made a beautiful play. I was kind of hopeful, thought it was good to go. It did not hold it recently. Shiba Inu. It's just a long downtrend. It's waiting for that opportunity to pull out of this, and when it does, that will be quite interesting. It is an entire ecosystem, as you may know. DGD that we saw versus USDT. Where can you play that? Where is that at? Let me see here. DGD. Is that Digibyte? Let's find that here. Sorry, everybody. DGD. Well, where are you? On Uniswap. DGD BTC? On Huobi? This is a weird one. I don't really see it anywhere that's interesting. All right. I don't care about. So DGG is kind of a Uniswap thing. Anyway, forget it. I don't care what DGD is doing. It's a weird coin. So let's just go here real quick. Let's refresh this. Is there anybody who's kind of in some dark green today to take a look at? Oh, it refreshed. Let's see. Does it hold that? This thing is really, really weird. Okay. Luna, is this true? Sorry about that. This thing, oh, now it's in the right. It's weird. Coin360 does strange things. Anyway, I'm just not seeing any green. What is that one? Who are you? Some dark green there. Oh, Veritasium. Very interesting one of 5%. Let's look at Veri. V-E-R-I. Veri. What are you doing out there? Veri, can we play you against USDT? No. Veri USD. Veri BTC. Oh, sorry, I don't see it. It might just be my whatever, my reality. Oh, there it is. VRC. Veri. Is that what it's? Veri block. Okay, it's there. Veri versus Bitcoin. Veri versus USDT. Okay, it's on Bittrex. Bittrex is a good exchange. Okay, Veri versus BTC. Veri versus USDT. Let's let's just try that to get an idea what it's doing. What? That makes no sense. Anyway, sorry guys. Maybe I'm just doing too much holiday cooking here or something, but I don't quite get what I'm seeing there. Anyway, guys, in general, mixed green red in the market today. It's a bit of a flaccid market. Bitcoin has shit volume. The alts have shit volume. Not much is really, playing right now. Be careful out there. I would say really, we want to watch this here. This is the big deal. Can we get it back above the 200 moving average on the daily chart? It's a big, big deal. We need to. We're kind of pushing it today. If we get rejected, that could suck ass and really not be so cool, because especially looking at how we can see, manipulation. I don't mind manipulation. It's part of life, but we do see when we start getting some positive MACD action here, when we start getting ready to cross, the whales do tend to, and you can actually, you can look here and you can see. If you look, you can see where you start getting some, that one did keep pumping. Then it dumped. This one dumped. You can see here, kind of went, then it dumped. Really, I could make that a little bit more apparent. That you can kind of see where definitely when on the daily chart, when Bitcoin starts looking strong quite often, and you're moving towards a positive MACD cross, like, a perfect one is like right here. Look at that. It was getting ready to have a cross. All systems are go. You're looking good. What happens? Bam, they kill it. So just be careful. We are at a point right now where definitely we could see a glorious, glorious move up, like here. We could use the 314 and the 200 for the bounce. We'll just use the 200 for the bounce. If we did what we did previously, that's like 40-some percent, 49, 50%. Definitely could get a run like that again if we make a bounce. Because we're at this moment where we got a positive MACD forming, especially down here below the heartbeat, as I call it, down here. We got another one forming. We're either going to get rejected and screwed over and spend some time below the 200 moving average, which definitely could be shitty. I don't like how close we are. We are playing this way, way too close here on the daily. So let's see what happens. One thing you can do is you can look at the 2-hour MACD. 2-hour MACD is an interesting thing. 2-hour MACD will oftentimes show you the overall direction of the MACD. And look at this right now. 2-hour MACD is positive. I like that. So one of the things I'm going to do is put a little bit of faith, and possibly we're going to see some upwards momentum and not a dump. But I am going to go here to my alerts, and I'm going to say, I'm going to go to my alerts, and I'm going to say, I want to say MACD crossing the MACD signal. Okay, blue line crossing the red line. I'm going to say, you can put your own alert in here. Say daily. I'm going to say 2-hour MACD negative cross. Make ready for pain. Okay, if that cross is negative, and I'm going to get out. I'm going to definitely hedge out a bit. Just some of my Bitcoin hodl. I'm going to hedge that out, and because we could see a downtrend if we don't if Bitcoin can't pull up here. We're at a critical moment. So with that said, everybody, talk to you later. Oh, I almost forgot. Wait a second. I cannot forget right here. Remember, guys, wherever it's out here. Where's my picture? There it is. Remember, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, a piece of shit globalist cries. Whether it's dumping or pumping. Take care.